or any kind of media, you're not supposed to know what's going to happen. But I think Ken Penders had the intention of doing it that way because he knew if he was going to leave, he wanted to have something to ensure the fans, should the comic ever end, that this is the future that was going to happen. And that's true, when Ian Flynn came in and took over, he turned that around and he did two things. One, he turned it into a what-if scenario, and then later on he turned it into an alternate dimension scenario. So, but no matter how you slice it, I liked it. I really did. You know, I even liked when they introduced the new generation of freedom fighters. I really got a kick out of that. You know, I liked how you had Melody be, smitten with Antoine and Bunny's son Jock. I like how it seems that they were hinting at some kind of what was it? I know it sounds weird, but I like how they were also hinting at something between Sky and Bunny and Antoine's daughter, Scarlet. And it was like, really? You're going to do something with Sky and Scarlet? What? But I think when Ian Flynn kind of hinted at something there with those two, I think it was more along the lines that Ian Flynn was paying homage to the whole Barbary Tails deal, and if not the whole Tails Fiona deal. And that's another thing too, the whole Tails Fiona dynamic. A lot of people basically didn't like how Fiona didn't agree with how Ian Flynn just took Fiona and turned her bad. It's like, what was the reason? What? Because she found out that when Scourge, who was evil Sonic, was impersonating Sonic in issue 150 and all that, that wasn't the real deal, and she took a liking to that. That was the reason. A lot of people didn't agree with that. They didn't like it. So, there's a lot of people, believe it or not, that are actually creating fan fiction stories, fan webcomics, and all that to try to correct that situation. Heck, you even have, there's an animation, I can't think of it right now, I can't think of the name right now. But there's an animation right now where Fiona ends up in another dimension. Basically, it looks like it's the Prime Universe. And she sees Tails' biplane flying by after she realizes she's alone and nobody's with her. And she basically is like, you know what? I deserve a new start. Time to go make some friends. It's like she suddenly has an epiphany of she made the mistake of leaving and now she wants to go back. So it's just it's moments like that, even little nods to those moments previously with the whole Sky Scarlet deal, that really stick out to me as being tremendous, just being tremendous things. Just being huge moments. Not huge moments, but some memorable moments in a sense, because you can see the hint and the homage to what had come previously. And the whole Tails, and like I said, the whole Tails Fiona deal, a lot of people pretty much feel that could have worked. Yeah, she was older, but guess what? How many times have we seen in media a character that might be several years younger still fell in love with a character, or not, but several years older, fell in love with a character several years younger? How many times have we seen that? Many. I can tell you in real life. When I went to high school, I had friends that were girlfriends or boyfriends to other people from other classes that were like a couple years older. That's the truth. There was a few freshman girls in my class that had boyfriends that were in the senior class of 95. It's like there's that 3 to 4 year age difference, but yet they're together. And I don't think a lot of fans would have minded if they would have put Fiona and Tails together, due to the fact that, yeah, there might be an age difference of, I don't know, 4 years, 5 years. So what? Make it happen. But they didn't. They didn't. But again, when I look at the whole hint of something between Sky and Scarlet at the end of the final part of the Mobius Years Later story, where we had an introduction to the new freedom fighters, the new generation, it's like, I think that was more of an homage, more of a nod to what Tails had gone through in the past. But this time it was going to turn out better for his son. But overall, I can't say any more than that. And when I look at the whole situation of push comes to shove, and if this is it, I stick by what I said. I really do. I stick by what I said. When I look at this, here, and this is volume 11 of the All Ages Action Continue. Well, they say it's all ages, but when I look at the collection, this volume 11 collection of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle Adventures, when they were published by Archie Comics, they even say it right there. When I see that, and I look at how many pages this is essentially, what is it? 22 pages each. And that's 5 issues. You're looking at like over 100 pages. I look at the fact that they could do this with Sonic. I think IDW, a lot of people say IDW is the place for the Sonic comic license to go. So that either it continues where it left off, issue-wise, but under the IDW name, or it starts over with its own issue 1 for both Sonic the Hedgehog and maybe Sonic Universe. But those issue 1s are basically the stories that we started getting at the end of the run at the end of the Sonic run on Archie. Then I would be totally cool with it, because also at the same time you give them access to try to create something like this. And yeah, they have more than just, what, 71, 72 issues to work with, or 73 issues to work with. But still, if they could collect all the issues into something like this, Sonic Legacy has proven that as well. It's proven it can be done. I think they would have financially for Sega, IDW, and in a sense Archie, because you can't tell me Archie Comics isn't getting a piece of the pie on this. Financially, it would be a huge success for them. It would be. But that's only if push comes to shove. But I think IDW is, I do agree. When I look at it now, I do agree IDW is the perfect resolution for the Sonic comic, perfect resolution to this whole situation. I think IDW is the perfect landing spot for the Sonic comics to continue where they are. Even if they have to start over with the new issue 1 for both it and Universe, where basically it's the stories that were advertised to us under the Archie banner, now it's under the IDW banner, I wouldn't have a problem with that. Because again, IDW has proven that they could do good with licensed material. But it's only if push comes to shove. The way I look at it, folks, I think the time has come. Literally. I think the time has truly come for an answer to be given to us. But when and how, I can't say. But I will say this. If this is it, then I have nothing but fond memories. I pray good resolution comes out of this. I pray IDW, if someone gets the license, to continue it in some way. I just pray we get some kind of answer. Because like I said, if IDW is the answer to this, as the next publisher to get the license for the Sonic comics, I have a feeling IDW will be like, okay, you know, we have all this established continuity, why don't we just use this new continuity that was established around the 250s, and just go from there. And I think that would work. Because we'd be used to it, we would know what it is, it'd just be under the IDW banner. But we'll just have to wait and see. But again, if push comes to shove, my hat's off to the comic and to those behind the scenes And like I say, if push comes to shove, what I've shared with you over these multiple parts have just been nothing but fond memories. And hopefully you guys got some fond memories as well. Let me know what you guys remember, where you were when certain moments happened that I've mentioned or didn't mention. And let me know if you think IDW would be the best choice, especially if they can do something like this for the comic. So let me know down below, comment if you like. And again, my hat's off to everybody, whether you like those people or not. And I will talk to y'all later. God bless. Take care.